What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back with old nasty recap of Marriage Bootcamp. This is season 17, and I believe episode 7. But before we get off into the recap, honey, I want to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. Honey, did y'all see Love and Marriage Huntsville? You see how Marceau brought his ass to Mel and Martell's daughter's birthday party and act like he didn't want to speak to them. Fool, what is wrong with you? Okay, what is wrong with you? And then he had the nerve to say, oh, well, I think it's rude that Martell, isn't talking to me. He don't like you right now. It looked like you trying to be more or less his friend than he is, trying to be your friend. So it looked like you would speak. You coming to his event. Okay? So, child, but that was mature of them. I felt like, I don't know if I could have been that mature, honey, okay? Because if I'm not fucking with you, I'm not fucking with your kids, okay? But that's just me. But yeah, Mel had, invited Letitia's kids, to the party. What does she have? 2 girls? Do they got 2 girls and a boy, I believe? And they got to talking about how excited the kids was, to see each other. And that damn Letitia, she got a lot of motherfucking nerve. I love how Mel got her ass together and was like, girl, I saw how you rolled up to my event, because Letitia was going on and on about, oh, well, even though, you put me out of your event, it was nice of you to invite the girls, to this birthday party, but I ain't forgot, you put me out the event. Bitch, you wasn't invited. And Melody said it best. Did you send me a text? Okay, you could have said, congratulations, can I come? You don't just be bringing your dusty ass. See, that girl ain't got no scruples, no morals, no values. That lady ain't teach Letitia a damn thing. Y'all see how Letitia mama act, honey. She be carrying on, acting a fool. Letitia was just trying to get fresh with Mel. I was like, Mel, get her ass together. And Melody did not disappoint, honey. Okay, she got her ass together. She was like, girl, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even really be up out the house doing the shit that you doing. Okay. And then Melody was like, and I don't want you, at my event, I don't want you messing up my brand. Here go Letitia. What's your brand? Oh, bitch, now you're dumb. Now you want to play dumb. I would have smacked her ass because Melody helped you, bitch. We saw you season 1. You was struggling for your damn, struggling, I should say, with your self-esteem, okay, because Marceau was running your ass season 1. Now you got that little podcast. You think you doing something. You think you somebody now, okay, but Melody got her ass together like, girl, everything you do, you got it from me. And I hate when people do that shit. They want to talk all this shit to your face. I went through that, you guys, and it's very disrespectful for a motherfucker to sit up in your face and say, well, what is it that you're doing? Everything that you're doing, bitch. You the one copying off of me. Okay, so I love how Melody got her together because Letitia, let's just face it, you guys, she's a copycat ass bitch. Okay. Public speaking, that's what Melody does, and Melody does it well. She's a natural. She really is. She's a good businesswoman. I don't care for all of Melody's personal decisions with Martell, but as a businesswoman, that woman got it going on, honey. Okay, she's sharp. She's quick. She knows what she wants. She's decisive. She's hardworking. She really sees things through. And that damn Letitia is the opposite. She's very passive aggressive and timid and, shy, and she too scary acting, but she be trying to act hard and shit. I'm not here for it. And her motherfucking husband is the same way. You know what it is with the Scots? They're intimidated by Melody and Martell. They are. They're intimidated by them. That's just what it is. But, honey, it's going to be getting good this weekend, honey. I'm going to have to check that on out, honey, because Melody go give her a few more pieces of her mind, honey, okay? And I'm here for it. Let's get to this old nasty recap, honey, of Marriage Boot Camp, honey, okay? First off, you guys, I want to say that I really I love this episode. This is one of my favorite episodes of Marriage Boot Camp. When I tell you, baby, they had your girl up in here crying like a motherfucker, okay? I was trying to hurry up, dry my eyes, honey. Trying to play like Corrupt's up in my eye, honey, but they had me all up in my feelings, honey. Good ass episode. Let's give the people at Marriage Boot Camp, honey, a big old nasty hand clap, honey. Just give them a big old nasty hand clap, honey. I like the whole theme of the episode. It was basically about, confronting the demons from your past. And, it pretty much talked about what I always tell y'all, how, adulthood is the continuation of childhood, and whatever is not healed in childhood will come up in adulthood, and you will have to deal with it. So I love the whole theme and everything. I'm like, y'all should have gave us more of these type of episodes instead of the other bullshit you was trying to pull. I'll see y'all at Marriage Boot Camp, honey. All right, so the episode starts off with, Corrupt. He has to go to a hotel. I wouldn't have let his ass go to no hotel because all he go do is get drunk. That's what Tony and everybody was suspecting anyways. He really wanted to leave because wasn't no brown liquor up in that house. And we all know if it was some liquor up in there, his ass would have been drunk. Okay? Dr. Ish did what he should have did a long time ago, which is send Corrupt and Tony home. Both of their ass, need to be at home. Corrupt is still in denial about his drinking. He go try to gaslight Dr. Ish and say, oh, well, it's just funny you keep bringing up my drinking, but look at Tony's behavior. And, nigga, don't you dare try to change the subject. Don't you dare try to put this all off on Tony and have us focused in on her. We focused in on you and your damn drinking issues and your cheating ass ways, okay? Dr. Ish recommends that Corrupt goes to rehab. Now, did he go to rehab? Because he said yes or no. He was like, tell me if you want to go, or no if you're not ready, or whatever. Corrupt really never said anything. They just kind of showed him driving off. He was thanking Dr. Ish, so I guess I can assume he went, but I don't know, y'all. He's so much of a drunk, honey. I'm not trying to be funny, but I don't know if the man went. Y'all put it down in my comments. Tony gets to saying she needs to get home to her kids, and I said, you got the goddamn nerve to actually have kids that depend on you, and you up here following behind this drunk ass, cheating ass man. Girl, you better get home to them children. They need you. We see Tony. She says her goodbyes to the group. Everybody tells her that they are going to miss her, and then, she heads on home. Next, we see Hazel and Davon. They talk to Dr. Ish about their miscarriage. Dr. Ish shares that most couples suffer 1 to 2 miscarriages before they have their first official child. And I really like how Dr. Ish comforted them in their time of need. That was very nice how, he was talking to them, and it really seemed to put them in better spirits. Next, we have Vado and Dr. Ish. Let me say this really quick about Vado. Because, honey, I've been dragging Vado this whole season. But, honey, that man had his shit together for this episode. I saw a new side out of Vado. I like Vado now. I like him now because I feel like I understand him a bit more, and now it seems like he's let the walls down. Like before when he came in, I felt like he was trying to put up this image of this tough rapper and, but once he let his guard down and he got to talking, and y'all know later on he did the apology, I was like, yes, Vado, I see growth. I'm glad that they didn't send him home, because y'all remember I said they could have sent his ass home send Tahiry home because I felt like she was wrong. And once again, they didn't fucking get on her ass. They had ample opportunity to tell this woman she was wrong, you guys, and they never did. Everything was all off on Vado. And I feel like that's a shame. You know, Tahiry definitely has some violent ways about her, and I really hope that she works on that. I really do. But Vado and Dr. Ish talk about Vado's apology to Tahiry. I guess he had, wrote one out. Vado also said after he hit Tahiry, he felt like the weakest man on earth. I was like, wow. And that, that is true. When a man get to beating on a woman or putting his hands on a woman, you look weak. I think a lot of guys feel like, ooh, I'm the big man. She got to respect me. You look stupid. Get your ass out here and fight these motherfucking men that's out in the world, But I really like, what he said about that. To me, I see the growth. I think he has definitely learned, from his mistake, Vado also said that he talked to his mom and she checked him on his behavior towards Tahiry, and she told him she didn't raise him like that. I also can say I've seen some growth in Tahiry. I've seen some growth in her too. So it was a good idea, you guys, for them both to stay. I'm glad that they kept them both. I'm kind of shocked, but I'm glad that they stuck around. So next, Dr. Ish has the bootcampers illustrate 2 unhappy memories from their childhood. Medina says he grew up with a schizophrenic mother and he had to sleep in abandoned hotels and train stations, and his mother tried to sell his younger brother. I was like, oh my God, like that is a lot, to deal with as a child. Could you imagine going through all of that as a child, as a baby, as somebody that needs protection? And, Medina said it made him stronger and it made him more patient with people. And that's good. I'm glad he could see the good in, going through all of that, because that's a lot. We see Shonda. She says she was a daddy's girl and said her dad didn't make her feel like, she was good enough. Shonda also mentions that she feels the same way when Willie cheats. She still has that feeling of not feeling good enough. And she realizes she married a man that's just like her father. I was like, wow, that's really profound. So I really liked, her realization on all of that. That was a lot. I seen some growth in Willie too. I didn't really mention it on the last recap. Sorry, Willie. I like to drag your ass, but he broke down a couple of times, in the show, and I was here for it. I was like, okay, all of y'all is really opening up. Y'all really giving us y'all hearts and y'all souls, and I appreciated it. It was really nice. Really good episode. Willie talks about how he lost his grandfather and how he's been robbed at gunpoint 3 times. I'm like, God damn, shit, 3 times. Woo, child. That must have did a number on Willie. That must have really did a number on him. Hell, I'd be scared to come outside, honey. That's a lot. So let's talk about Phaedra. Phaedra says that, one time she was out with her grandfather that could pass for white and was called a nigger baby. And her aunt told her that, you look, a little bit different from the family. So you need to just try to, fit in and be well put together. And then, you will fit in and be good enough, for the family and for other people too. And Phaedra has the realization that that's why she's the Southern Belle and she's a perfectionist. And, she always has to have everything together. And it's just amazing how, all of what they have, been through in their childhood, it has affected them, in their adulthood and really made them, who they are now. So I really liked Phaedra's realization on that. We have Hazel. She says her mom was in abusive relationships all throughout her childhood. Hazel also mentioned that her mom beat her, because she was getting beat, and Hazel broke her nose trying to help her mom. And wow, that's very traumatizing, for a child to deal with. And we know the situation with Hazel and her nose, and she's gotten work done on it. And, so that makes a lot of sense with, her image and her always trying to, change how she looks. And, Hazel also realizes that she didn't want to be like her mother. She didn't want to be in abusive relationships. She wanted to have control within her relationships. And that's why she's with this young man, Davon. That way she could try to, be the controller in that relationship. So that all makes sense. We got Davon. He tells us he grew up spoiled. His stepdad left and he got angry, and he would really get angry when he wouldn't get his way. So he would, punch holes in the walls, and, it's the same shit that he's doing now, when he don't get his way. Punching holes in the wall, snatching Hazel's phone, throwing tantrums, same shit. Just just an adult now doing the same thing. Next, we got Vado. He says the police beat his pops up and they deported him from Jamaica. Vado got arrested years later. So you see how that shows up. A lot of times with, black men, their fathers have been in and out of prison. They end up, being in and out of prison or at least going to jail one time. So, all of that caught up with Vado and, how he's lived his life. We got Tahiry. She said her dad got arrested between her junior high and high school years, and he sold drugs. She also mentions that a man that she'd known forever punched her in the face and in her rib. And Dr. Ish pointed out to her that unpredictability feels normal to her. And that's probably why, she chooses some of the relationships that she chooses, because that's what she's been around. That's what she had mentioned. She's always kind of been around street people, so that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense, especially for, some of the guys that she chooses. So Shonda ends up asking Tahiry, how does she feel about seeing Vado again? Because, Vado is going to do exercise with them. And, Tahiry's going to see him. The other castmates, they seen him. Tahiry says that she's fine with it. She's okay with seeing him. Then we have this exercise where all the boot campers are, little children. We see little Tahiry as a little girl. And once Tahiry sees the little girl and what she says, she starts crying and getting emotional. We see a little Vado. And Vado, he was really touched as well by the little boy that was playing him. The little boy got to talking about how Vado's father used to beat his mom, and the little boy said something very touching like, oh, I'll never put my hands on a woman, and that nearly broke everybody, because we know that Vado just did that. So, and Vado even put, his head down in shame a little bit, but it was very touching, and I like that. We see little Shonda. She wants her dad, to be proud of her. And, she had mentioned she wanted to be a singer, and she'll marry a man that makes her confident, unlike her father. And y'all know the whole situation with Willie. Willie has, made Shonda very insecure by cheating on her. So that's pretty much what happened with that. Then we see young Willie. And little Willie talks about his granddad's death and how he will do whatever he has to to have a good time. So that, reflects in him cheating and doing whatever the hell he wants to do. We see both Willie and Shonda break down, all the boot campers, you guys, they were like very emotional, seeing their younger selves. And, it was a lot. It was a lot for them to deal with, but I really liked it. It was very, transparent. I felt like everybody was being honest. People wasn't being on no bullshit, trying to put up a facade for the cameras. So I was here for it. So we see, young Davon, and the young Davon says he gets everything he wants, and he gets mad and punches holes in walls when he doesn't. And he also says that when he grows up, he'll find somebody just like his mom that spoils him. And I'm looking dead at Hazel like, bitch, are you gonna be his mother? Okay, do you see the dynamic of what's going on here? And then Dr. Ish asks, will the woman respect him? He asks the little boy that, little Davon. And little Davon says, well, he will act out till she does. I was like, ooh, child. And that's true, because that's how Davon acts. Okay? That's goes right into him snatching that girl's phone, acting a fool. And, I think one of y'all had mentioned in the comments that Davon, he wasn't punished. Y'all remember for when he snatched Hazel's phone off violently. They didn't really do nothing with him. And yeah, he was fighting Willie and stuff. So I don't know. They should have reprimanded his ass, because that was like the second incident that his ass was involved in. We see little Hazel. She says she's broke her nose trying to help her mom. Little Hazel says she won't be like her mom. She will take control in her relationships. And while I'm looking at the little girl that played Hazel, I'm looking at her. She's a dark-skinned girl. And y'all remember what Hazel said. Okay, I know that was some time ago, but I was wondering, did she mind the little dark-skinned girl playing her? Because remember, she's the main one that was talking all that paper bag shit. Hazel, I have not forgot that, honey. Okay, I have not. But I was thinking about that. Like, I wonder, did she feel away? Because I think the little girl that played Tahiry was light-skinned, and then the one that played Hazel was dark-skinned. Hazel didn't say anything. Shit, you know better. But I was looking at that. Did any of you all check that out or have a thought about it? Dr. Ish tells the boot campers that the problems that they try to solve as kids are the same problems that they try to solve as adults. And I feel like that's true. Davon says that, he felt blessed as a kid and there is nothing wrong with having everything given to you. And I'm looking like, where'd that come from? Is that all you got out of that, exercise? Shonda, she felt how I felt. She feels like Davon didn't get much out of the exercise. And he went on to validate little Davon. And, and it's just like, dude, you are the grown-up version. You supposed to learn something from what that little boy said. So what the hell is you talking about? Okay, I wasn't really shocked, though, because Davon is childish as hell. Hazel mentions that she wishes Davon would have struggled more and maybe he would appreciate the things that's given to him. And I agree with Hazel. Some people, when they are given everything, they don't really have an appreciation for the things that you do for them. They feel like, well, I've always been given nice things. So what's one more thing from you? There's, that type of attitude. So I definitely understood where Hazel was coming from with that. We see little Medina. He talks about how his mother was always gone and he always had to take care of his little brother. And just looking at Medina, you would never know that he, went through all of that. He seemed to have came into his own. You know, he seems like a very mature and very patient man, you know, dealing with Phaedra, not giving up the cootie cat. I'm just saying. But I admired Medina because he definitely came from a lot. Dealing with a mother that's schizophrenic that tried to sell your brother, child, that's a lot. Whew. We see little Phaedra. She was always criticized for her complexions, and she says that she will grow up to be the perfect Southern belle, honey, okay? And Phaedra learns that she needs to let up on Medina and stop trying to perfect their dynamic, and I agree. Give that man them damn draws, okay? He deserves them, okay? Seem like a good man. He treating you right. You know, do right by that man. Women kill me how they'll, you know, fuck a man all day that ain't shit. That's, you know, betraying them, lying to them. You know, it's just like you get a good man. Shit, appreciate it, okay? Vado apologized to Tahiry, and you guys, it was so beautiful. He did it like a rap poem and shit. I was feeling it. I was like, oh shit, Vado. Oh shit. I loved it, you guys. Tahiry loved it. She was very touched by the apology, and she said she wanted to hug and kiss him, you know, and thank him. And bitch, you really should be extending an apology your damn self, okay? Because you was not right either. Every time I see that clip, y'all, with her throwing them damn apples, I'm like, girl, you was doing too much, okay? That shit looked like it hurt. But yeah, I wanted them to hug it out, you know. I wanted them to hug it out. How do y'all feel about Vado still having to stay at the hotel? I feel like they should let Vado come back. I really do. Him and Tahiry may not, you know, stay in the same room or whatever, but I feel like they should let Vado back in the house because he's definitely has, you know, worked on himself. Okay, so the last thing I noticed was Hazel E starting her bullshit with Davon. I told y'all, Hazel E is an antagonist. She starts shit and then want to play the damn victim. I was team Davon because he just like, girl, what is you doing? Why you keep bringing up the fact that, you know, you may leave me for somebody else, and, you know, you joking around, and then, you know, you just keep trying to say little shit to get a reaction. It's just like, Hazel, shut your ass up. And you guys, if she bring up one more damn time that Davon is, you know, chasing her for clout, I'm like, girl, what the hell do you have? Okay, do you have your own show? You said your music ain't really doing that well, so what the hell does he have to chase? Girl, you are so love in hip hop Hollywood, and you ain't even on that damn show no more. So what is you talking about, sis? Davon says that he will be single if Hazel don't get her shit together. I know that's right, honey. You may have to leave Miss Hazel behind, honey, okay? But yeah, she was starting up her shit with him. I'm like, God damn, y'all all had a good day and somebody got to fuck it up. Damn. But that was the episode, you guys. The next episode, they're going to have them take a lie detector test. So I can't wait to get in the middle of that shit, honey. I can't wait to see how that turn out. All right. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out later.